You're watching News 54.
In organizing this, what we saw wasn't Gishu. So they came to report witness statement. I think the media reported wrongly that I was also to appear. I have just come to accompany them. No one invited me to come here, so that needs to be very clear. But I want to also add on to what Honorable Junet has said. What we expect from the government is simple. Dig deep into this matter. If you saw the behavior of those youths, first, it is rarely unlikely that the youth would find themselves congregated in the numbers of 400 plus to go to a homestead where there was a funeral during the day and someone has just dropped in the evening without being organized. If you see the way they were behaving and conducting themselves and communicating and the kind of defiance that came from these youth, it is clear that someone had organized these youths. That is why yesterday I said that they appear to me like youth who have received some drills on security issues and on paramilitary matters. So this matter should not be taken casually. Our colleagues almost lost their lives. If you listen to what they are saying, what they witnessed, this is something we cannot accept. And this kind of intolerance, I know it is coming about because of frustration. When you see yourself losing an election that you thought a few months or years ago that you'd win, I know clearly it causes concern and disquiet, embarrassment, frustration in your camp. But let UDA desist from this kind of behavior. I want to speak to our supporters across the country that this isolated incident should not make our supporters behave differently. Continue behaving civil, continue conducting yourselves with decorum. We have a country to protect. We don't want this country to burn. The government is going to take action. We have been promised that nothing is going to be left, no stone will be left unturned. And I hope this time, seriously, no stone will be left unturned. Thank you.
Let Nasir say something, Senator.
I think it is ni nia na madhumuni ya party leader wetu Raila Amolo Odinga ya kuwa katika sehemu zote ambazo kwamba ni kuna wana ODM ambao ni Kenya nzima, tusijaribu kuchukua hatua kama hii kwa mikono yetu sisi wenyewe. Anayekuja asikizwe. Sisi badala ya kurusha mawe, wao vile wamerusha mawe na walikuwa wanajaribu kifo, sisi ile kitu tutafanya ni badala ya kurusha mawe tutarusha kura katika madebe, na hizo kura ndio zitawaua wao wenyewe. Kwa sababu hii siasa ya vita na ghasia sio siasa. Kwa hivyo hii ni kilio, ni ombi inayotoka kutoka kwa party leader wetu mwenyewe Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Tunataka amani katika Kenya hii.
I wanted to add something. I saw the deputy president the other day apologizing. I don't know he was apologizing over what. Because you apologize over a crime that you have committed. Is he telling us that he was aware of the crime that took place? That he's apologizing on behalf of his people who committed the crime? What was he apologizing about? What he needs to do as the leader of UDA, he needs to denounce violence. He needs to denounce what happened there with the strongest terms possible that he can afford to say. Not to apologize, because apology means that you knew something about this, that action. It's like you are apologizing on behalf of the people who did that. You are apologizing because you knew what happened or how it was planned. So he needs to come out more clearer than what he said. Apology means it is a kind of acceptance, that is accepting that he was part and parcel of what happened in that place. So we were shocked to see that he could apologize because of a criminal offense of that nature. That means he was aware of something about it or something. Because if he knows something about it also, he needs to come to the CAD headquarters and share his statement with them. Because it was bizarre for him to apologize than denouncing the action. What I expected from him is to denounce it, because it was a very bad thing that happened. Let's conclude with the Senate.
I think mine is very short and precise. I think this is a time when we need to treat each other with civility and respect. You know, when we get into this kind of behavior, it demonstrates the hooliganism that exists in some parties. We want to call upon all our supporters to continue, you know, treating each other with civility and not to allow such hooligans to antagonize them so that they can be able to follow suit. We have a big problem in this country where you hear some people talk about things. Like the other day we had the Honorable 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗧 talking about saying they know the people who were involved in that. We want to call upon the security operators to be able to go and arrest those people immediately so that we can be able to put this thing to rest. If that stone would have hit the head of the Right Honorable Prime Minister, we would not be talking now. It would have been something completely different. So really, we really just want to call for civility, respect. You know, let us carry ourselves with decorum. Let us ensure that we conclude this period of the campaign period without all these shenanigans. Thank you very much.
As I conclude, I want to thank you very much. Hiyo siku nataka kuambia Wakenya ya kwamba tuliona kifo na tuliona sura ya kifo. Na sura ya kifo ni kifo iko na sura mbaya sana. Hawezi, hakuna mtu yote anaweza tamani kuona hiyo sura ya kifo. Mimi na Honorable Junet, together with the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, hiyo siku kifo ile to visit na Mwenyezi Mungu alitusaidia. And however much you try to apply makeup on the face of death, the way the DP was doing the other day in Karen, the face of death is still ugly. And no matter how much makeup you put, it is still ugly and it will remain to be ugly. For those who committed and planned this heinous act, the barbaric act, the ugly act, the cantankerous act, may their bodies itch without the benefit of scratching. And lastly, the stones that were thrown at Baba and at us, we collected them, and those stones we'll use them to build more rooms in State House, so Kenyans will have occupancy in State House tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8. Asanteni.
Just a question as the director of the elections of ODM from NTV. One would like to know, will ODM largely rely on consensus or direct nomination to identify its candidates rather than party primaries like what?
No, you direct those questions to the National Elections Board. They know what they are doing. They have a timetable. They have, they have the criteria of doing the nomination. So she's a very capable chair called Catherine Muma. You look for her. She's in town, I'm told. I talked to her this morning. She's around. She will answer all your questions. No.